So today we're going to be making a Manchego Asparagus Bisque. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over our ingredients right now. As far as the first one, we have a 6-month aged Don Juan Manchego cheese, straight from Spain. You can actually get this at HEB and the cheese shop. The other ingredients we have are chopped shallots, chopped asparagus, heavy whipping cream, the green asparagus soup by Friere, and then some chicken broth. And I also have some pepper and salt. Okay, so now that we're here, we're gonna add our shallots. And I probably should have added some water to the ramekin that I have, because it took me a couple tries to get everything out. After I got everything out of the glass, I added olive oil. I was thinking about sauteing it, but you don't really have to, because you're gonna end up boiling it in the chicken broth, and then while you are boiling down the asparagus soup that you're going to add later. So there was sort of no point to it. After adding the olive oil to the shallots, just move it around the pan so you can get them coated. Like I said, you don't have to add it. It was redundant and unnecessary. After that, you're just going to turn up the heat a little bit, and then you're going to add your asparagus. And then after that, you will finally add your chicken broth, and then you will wait for that to boil down about halfway. Alright, so here we're going to take the cheese, and we're just gonna slice off the ends, because I don't really think that should be in the food. I don't particularly know, but I don't want to serve it. So we're gonna take those pieces and put that to the side. I got water on it, so I'm gonna move all of it except for the pieces that I'm about to put in the grater. I actually got this grater at HEB. It was like you buy $5 worth of fine cheeses, like brie, something like that, and you get the grater for free. So we're just gonna put those in there while we're boiling that, and then set it aside. So now we're going to add our asparagus soup by Friere. I've got 2 bottles, so we're just gonna put all of that in there. You're gonna want to stir it around, get everything incorporated, and then add your second bottle. And then what I did here was I took the heavy cream and I put it into the first bottle, shook it around, put it in the second bottle, shook that around, just so I could get almost everything out. And then you're gonna want to stir that, and then put the rest of your heavy cream in there, and keep stirring until everything's evenly mixed. And you want to make sure to keep stirring while you're cooking, just so the bottom doesn't burn, because when you're dealing with dairy products in a soup, you're gonna have the bottom burn slightly. So just try to avoid that. Alright, so here we're gonna add our cheese. It asks for a 1/4 of a cup, but since I have 2 bottles of soup, I'm using a 1/2 of a cup. So we're just gonna add everything in, and when you add it, it really does depend on how much you add, because the more you add, the more salty it's going to be. So at the end, you know, if it's not salty enough to you, just add some salt, and you'll go from there. That'll be the same for the pepper. You're going to salt and pepper to taste. And that's really about it for now. And we'll finish cooking it and let it boil down. And then we'll be back. So all I'm doing here is just grabbing some of the asparagus just to see if it's cooked the way I want it to be. Because you want everything to not be mushy, but you want it to be tender. And after that, you're basically done. You're just gonna let it boil, and just make sure that bottom doesn't burn. So keep stirring and stirring. And just be sure to get all the nooks and crannies so you don't have anything clumping up at the bottom, because that will end up burning. I know it sounds really repetitive, but it's important. Alright, so now that it's boiled down, you're gonna go ahead and grab a bowl and put as much as you want in there. I leave the salt out purposely because I want individuals to be able to salt it how they want. Garnish it with a little bit of cheese. You can also add some asparagus too if you want, that you've roasted on the side. But I personally like to serve it with French bread, and that's really about it. So you just get your spoon, put it in there, and then you're done. I hope y'all enjoy, and I hope this recipe was great and that it was easy to learn. Thank you.